Live from KTVN Reno, you're watching 2 News at 5.
Glad you can be with us. I'm Kristen Remington. Landon is off this week. When it comes to sports betting, the NCAA tournament is the only event that rivals the Super Bowl in terms of the money that's generated. Ryan Kennedy is live here in the studio after speaking with gaming officials. And Ryan, just how many people are placing wagers on these games?
Well, it's a lot, Kristen. According to the American Gaming Association, 47 million people nationwide plan to bet on March Madness game. Now, that will equate to about $8.5 billion being bet, which is close to 2 times the amount bet on the Super Bowl. Last year, here in Nevada, well, $300 million was bet on the NCAA tournament. Now, just to clarify, all this money includes things like office pools, illegal offshore websites, and also legal wagers made through a licensed casino. And if early excitement in our local sports books means anything, well, we could be well on our way to reach these kind of numbers again.
I'd like to do $20 on Loyola for the money line. 20? Yes, please.
For nearly the past 20 years, Pat Healy travels to Reno from Chicago every March.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it for now.
He, along with some of his buddies, make this trip so they can spend time with each other and so they can spend some hard-earned cash on March Madness basketball games.
Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, you too.
Early in the tournament, a lot of times we'll bet the unders versus the overs because everyone's a little bit nervous yet, so they don't have their game down yet.
We follow some of the Big Ten teams and, try to use that knowledge to make a little money.
While every bettor has their own strategy to win big, it's the job of a local sports book to generate the most money it can for its business.
If last week was any indication with the conference tournament wagering, we could potentially be in for our biggest March Madness yet.
The William Hill at Silver Legacy says a huge contributing factor to their revenue is out-of-state travelers. However, a lot of the money spent is coming from locals, especially because of the success from the Nevada Wolfpack this season.
They're a 2-point favorite against Florida. We've seen a lot of Wolfpack money throughout the year for them to win the title. Right now, you can get them at 60-1 odds to win the national championship.
Meaning a $5 bet on the Pack to win it all would net you about $300.
690, 25.
Over at the Atlantis Sportsbook, it too is already seeing the bets coming in. But a majority of the crowds won't pop in till the tournament really gets going on Thursday and Friday. That's when this place will be standing room only.
We have all these seats. Every seat is taken. We even have them reserved, already full right now.
Pat and Bill will be amongst the local crowds watching and cheering their teams on to victory. But no matter how fun the March Madness games might be, there's only one thing that matters to them in the end.
That's who can win the most. It's all every man for himself. So.
Yeah, we also asked the American Gaming Association if legalized sports betting in other states has had any negative impacts on Nevada. Well, the organization told us that the Silver State set all-time records for the amount of money wagered in 2 out of 3 months last fall. So they don't expect any kind of drop-off during March Madness. Covering the story live in the studio, Ryan Kennedy, 2 News.
All right, Ryan, thanks. And because of March Madness, we will not have early evening newscasts Thursday through Saturday. However, there will be a special edition after the games. And Sports Director Garrett Dearborn and Paul Nelson will be in Iowa covering the Wolfpack taking on Florida in the first round and as deep as they get in this tournament. Tune in for their reports starting tomorrow.